Good morning, everyone. The Delaware County Commission meeting for November 15, 2021 is now in session. Would you stand and join the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Having just had Veterans Day last Thursday, I think the pledge has a special significance today, the first meeting after we had that event, and can never say enough about our veterans and they're serving our great country. With that, I'd like to introduce myself. I'm Jerry Merrill, President of the Board this year. To my left is Vice President Commissioner Lewis. Commissioner Benton is not with us today. Don Houston, our Deputy Administrator, and of course our clerk, Sarah and Jennifer. Jennifer, let's begin.
Resolution number 21-1120, in the matter of approving the electronic record of proceedings from regular meeting held November 8th, 2021.
So move.
Motion made, I second it. Motion made and seconded. Discussion. Let's vote.
Vote on motion 21-1120. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
And Mr. Benton is absent. We do not have any public comment today, so that brings us to item number 3, resolution number 21-1121, in the matter of approving purchase orders and announced certificates and payments of warrants in batch number CM APR 1112 and memo transfers in batch number MT APR 1112.
So move.
And I second it. Motion made and seconded. Discussion. Vote.
Vote on motion 21-1121. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Resolution number 21-1122, in the matter of setting date and time for viewing and public hearing for consideration of the drainage improvement petition for Harsh number 480 filed by Thomas and Christine Finks.
So move.
I second the motion. Motion made and seconded. Discussion. Vote.
Vote on motion 21-1122. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Resolution number 21-1123, in the matter of recognizing November 2021 as National Adoption Month.
So move.
And I second the discussion.
Good morning, Commissioners. I'm Bob Anderson with Job and Family Services. Today I'm joined by Jeff Sell, our Administrator of Protective Services, Lynn Stacy, our supervisor, one of our supervisors of Protective Services, Scott, one of our workers, Social Service Worker 3, Emily, an intern with us, and Ben and Sarah Conklin, and Carson is the little guy sitting over there. So we're here to recognize November as National Adoption Month. This month commemorates the importance of finding children loving homes that provide enrichment and stability and help them flourish. Delaware County, under the leadership of Jeff and Lynn, has successfully finalized 6 adoptions this year. Ages range from 2.5 to 15.5 years old. They're providing forever homes for these children. We have another adoption scheduled yet this year, and we're hoping to have a second one scheduled before the end of the year. Our successes are attributed to Jeff and Lynn, our staff, and loving people like the Conklins. I am grateful for their compassion and their devotion to the children and families of our community. I could not ask for a better team or community to work within. I'm sorry, I won't invite them up yet.
Okay. Why don't I go ahead and read the proclamation, and then we'll invite the items to come up, and then we'll vote on it. In that order? Okay? Okay, with that, this is the proclamation we'll be voting on shortly. Whereas the theme of the November 2021 National Adoption Month is Every Conversation Matters, and whereas on any given day, more than 16,000 Ohio children live in foster homes or other out-of-home placement settings, and whereas more than 2,600 of those children and youth in foster care are waiting to be adopted, and whereas since March 2021, the Delaware County Department of Job and Family Services has successfully finalized adoption of 6 children and youth ranging in age from 2.5 years, 2.5 to 15.5 years. And whereas Delaware County, Ohio currently has 4 children and youth ages 5 to 16 who are waiting for adoption finalization dates. And whereas adoption enriches the lives of children, youth, and the families who welcome them. And whereas the Ohio Department of Job and Family Services and the Delaware County Department of Job and Family Services along with public and private child caring agencies throughout the state, work diligently to provide safe, stable, permanent homes for Ohio's most vulnerable citizens. Now therefore be it resolved by the Delaware County Commissioners that this board recognizes November 2021 as Adoption Recognition and Recruitment Month. Signed by Commissioner Jeff Benton, Commissioner Barb Lewis, and Commissioner Gary Merrill. Again, we will vote on that shortly, but before we do that, I think you have a couple.
Yes, I was going to invite Lynn and Mr. and Mrs. Conklin up if they'd like to just say a few words. And maybe her.
Good morning. We have the privilege of working with children that come in the front door needing foster placements and often seeing things through to fruition with the finalization of an adoption. And we've worked with Ben and Sarah for quite a while. We did an interstate compact placement with them, and they completed their foster and adoption home studies back in March of this year. And our little guy Carson had been in an adoptive placement and it disrupted prior to finalization.
Say Carson?
Yes.
Okay.
And a lot of our kids are very wounded individuals. And Sarah and Ben have done a remarkable job in a very short period of time. He was placed the end of May, and we are hoping for a finalization date sometime in December so that we will complete 8 adoptions this year. Carson is a very unique young man. He would tell you if he were up here that the rooster that they have pecked his leg not once but twice, so he doesn't like the rooster anymore. And he and Mr. Scott, his worker, when Scott did a home visit, he had some paperwork that the parents needed to sign. And Carson sat and wrote his name, and that was his commitment to becoming Carson Conklin. So with that, I'd like to have Ben and Sarah say a few things.
Good morning.
Good morning, welcome.
When Carson was first brought to us, Lynn and Scott told us, they said, he's all boy. And I'm like, right, that's what we need. And they were right. If I'm outside taking care of the chickens, he wants to be out there working on the mower, whatever I'm doing, he wants to be right next to me. He's been a great addition to our family, and I'm so glad to have him with us.
Thank you. Sarah,
Thank
you want to say anything? You're not required.
He's been great. It's been an addition to our family. He's fit right in with, all of our in-laws and whatnot. They all love him, and he's a great addition.
I wanted to add something too, sorry.
Come a little closer to the mic, sir. Come a little closer
Yeah.
to the mic.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
It means a lot to us to hopefully give Carson a home that he can call for his forever home. He's been, he's super happy to be part of our family, and he's like, you're going to be my forever home, and I'm going to live here forever. So that's it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey Carson, would you like to say anything? You can come up to this mic and you can speak to us if you'd like. Okay. Any other comments? Anything?
No,
Okay, Commissioner Lewis, do you have anything you'd like to add?
No, I'd just like to thank everyone for all that you're doing, and Carson's parents. I mean, this is a very happy family, and thank you so much, and to our staff too. At Jobs and Family Services, you do a wonderful job, and so pleased to see the numbers too. Each adoptee is going to have a totally new life and a real chance in life, and can't thank you enough.
And Carson, how old are you? How old are you?
5.
5? Okay. Well, you look awful big for 5 years old. I can't say it enough. The parents who are willing to, be in foster care, take care of children is fantastic, and those who are willing to take the next step in adoption. 2 of my 3 children are adopted. And so God bless you.
Thank you.
Carson, God bless you as well. And you take good care of your parents. Will you do that? Huh? I think your smile is a yes. And this is a fantastic opportunity right here before the holidays. I can't think of a better time for something like this to happen. Thank you two very much for your willingness to
Thank you.
be parents to Carson. Okay. So with that, call for the vote.
Vote on motion 21-1123, Mrs. Lewis.
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Yes. Thank you very much.
Did you
Do we want to get a photo?
photo? Marissa's here, she can take a
Let's
picture.
do that. Your family, and I think everyone come up, let's get a photo. First you can hold it. Okay? Well, let's get the parents, and if he changes his mind, he can join us. Here, what do you- here. Hold that. And, Bob.
Too short? Are you sure? Okay. I got it. I think we're good.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hey, Bob. Okay, let's proceed.
Item number 6, resolution number 21-1124, in the matter of approving a transfer of appropriations for the public defender.
So move.
And I second. Discussion?
Thank you, Your Honors. John Cornelli, Delaware County Public Defender. We're getting down near the end of the year. We got started hiring a little late, so we have more funds in our budget for paying our employees than we need. Because we got started a little late, we have higher appointed counsel costs. So we're asking to move $50,000 from our compensation line to our appointed counsel line to pay for the appointed counsel to finish out the year.
That money's in the budget, just.
Yeah, we're just,
Sure.
I didn't get hired until March. The budget had me getting hired in December. So we're high on the compensation side. We got started late, so our appointed counsel fees are a little higher, so we're just going to move from compensation to appointed counsel.
Any questions or comments?
No, sounds good.
Vote on motion 21-1124, Mrs. Lewis.
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, John.
Resolution number 21-1125, in the matter of approving an updated recommendation by the Delaware County Local Emergency Planning Committee for the appointment of representatives.
So moved.
Motion made and seconded. I second it. Discussion?
Morning, Commissioners. Sean Miller, Director, Delaware County Homeland Security Emergency Management. You may recall back in, I think, July or August, you had nominated the full Local Emergency Planning Committee list, and that term is a 2-year term. However, we're back here today because of turnover, and it's just one person up for consideration of nomination. And as a brief refresher, the Local Emergency Planning Committee deals with hazardous materials planning and reporting of local industrial facilities as well as transportation incidents. And so one of the statutorily required representatives on that committee is a media member, and our previous media member has left her position, and so Mr. Glenn Battisil with the Gazette is willing to fulfill that role, and that's why he's on the nomination resolution for your consideration today. After that, it would go to the State Emergency Response Commission, or CERC, which meets in December. So the timing of it works out well, and everything would be squared away prior to our next meeting, which is in January. So with that, if you have any questions, I'd be happy to entertain those.
And I think I'm stating the obvious, but Glenn is willing to serve.
Yes, sir.
Any other questions or comments?
No.
Vote?
Vote on motion 21-1125, Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Thank you. Take care, Commissioner.
Sean, let me just ask one thing. With the other day in our Emergency Management Executive Committee, a wage study was approved.
Yes.
And would you like to say anything about that?
Sure. I think it's a pretty innovative study. Human Resources did a great job working with the vice chair of our executive committee, which is Chief John Donahue with Delaware City Fire Department. And it's innovative because it considers retention. It utilizes primarily the standard evaluation forms, but in addition to that is a pay per performance aspect of it, which I think will be easily, implemented, and it doesn't add a whole lot of extra overhead and time, if you will, because we're already establishing objectives for our employees. This just establishes that as a pay per performance addition to the typical evaluation process. So I think it's a neat idea, given the nationwide great resignation and everything that is involved in that with, concern over retention of qualified employees. So I think it's a great step forward for the office as well as the county. And I appreciate, again, HR's involvement in that, as well as our executive committees.
Good. I'm glad it really was a very innovative study, and I do want to thank Ellen
Yes.
Waddell and also Chief Donahue. They put in a lot of time, and a subcommittee looked at this for a couple of, actually, I guess it was a couple of months by the time we met again. But it really is, I really like the idea of the performance goals that were put in the study too. It's and I think even brought in the employees and
Yeah.
got their input, so.
Absolutely.
So, thank you.
Thank you. Take care, Commissioners.
Thank you.
Bye.
Resolution number 21-1126, in the matter of awarding a bid and approving a contract between the Delaware County Board of Commissioners and Double Z Construction Company for Dell TR 1782-0.00 Reed Parkway Phase 1.
So move.
I second it. Motion made, seconded, discussion.
Good morning, Commissioners. Rob Riley, Chief Deputy Engineer. This is the project, you'll recall a few weeks ago, you conducted a hearing, or viewing and hearing involving construction of about 1,100 feet of new roadway off of Lackey Old State Road. This will service the proposed Berlin Business Park. We received 6 bids for this contract, pretty competitive bids. The low bid was actually 17% under the engineer's estimate, so we were very pleased to see that. I think contractors locking up work for next year is always a good thing. We somewhat debated on the time frame of the bid for this, but I think the outcome has been good. So Double Z was the low bidder. We've worked with Double Z a number of times, and they do very good work. So our recommendation is proceed with this contract award.
Is that work will be done this fall or next spring?
The work will start in the spring, getting pretty late in the year to start doing dirt work, but yeah, we'll break ground as soon as the weather allows in the spring, and then have this wrapped up by middle of June next year.
Question or comments? Vote.
Vote on motion 21-1126. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Resolution number 21-1127, in the matter of approving the developer's agreement between Jordan LLC MI Homes of Central Ohio and the Board of Commissioners of Delaware County, Ohio for Winterbrook Place.
So move.
I second. Motion made and seconded, discussion.
This agreement involves the development known as Winterbrook. This is actually located in the city of Delaware, north side of Peach Blow Road. This agreement includes the roundabout at the North Road Extension and Peach Blow Road. So basically, the developer has agreed to pay for his fair share of that roundabout through either a special assessment on the building lots, or he will basically pay in cash and will either pay in cash or secure that by a bond to guarantee that. So we've worked closely with the developer on this. MI Homes will be ultimately building that subdivision, and so we're recommending going ahead and proceeding with this.
Questions or comments? Vote.
Vote on motion 21-1127. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Resolution number 21-1128, in the matter of approving amendment number 1 to the owner's agreement for North Star Goldwell Section 2.
So move.
And I second it. Motion made and seconded. Discussion.
Goldwell is a neighborhood off of Wilson Road near North Star Golf Club. Includes 71 lots. The builder has completed all the public streets except for one segment that they're going to defer until next year. And so basically what this agreement does is it revises the agreement to, they're providing a surety bond for that one particular segment that has not been completed, so they can go ahead and file the plat for this subdivision.
And that's a standard procedure.
Yes.
Any other questions or comments? Vote.
Vote on motion 21-1128. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Resolution number 21-1129, in the matter of accepting roads, approving recommended speed limits, releasing security, and establishing stop conditions for North Farm Section 9.
So move.
I second it. Motion made and seconded. Discussion.
North Farm Section 9 is located in Orange Township off North Road, just south of Shanahan. It's being developed by Rockford Homes. The work was actually completed last year, and the roads have been through the required one-year developer maintenance period. We've done the final inspection, and these roads are ready to go on the public system.
Questions or comments? Vote.
Vote on motion 21-1129. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye. Thank you.
Thank you.
Resolution number 21-1130, in the matter of approving a memorandum of understanding to the collective bargaining agreement currently in effect between the Delaware County Board of Commissioners, the 911 Center, and the Ohio Patrolmen's Benevolent Association.
So move.
Motion made and seconded. Discussion.
Good morning, Commissioners. Patrick Brandt, 911 Director for the county. What we have before you is an agreement with the 911 union on some adjustments on their pay scale.
Questions or comments? Vote.
Vote on motion 21-1130. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Resolution number 21-1131, in the matter of accepting a donation made to the Department of Emergency Communications.
So move.
I second it. Motion made and seconded. Discussion.
Good morning, Commissioners. Patrick Brandt, 911 Director again. Just thanks to Delaware Performance Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram. The general manager is John Masters, and the principal owner is Bruce Daniels. They did a $1,000 donation on behalf of to support Coco and our funds with our therapy dog.
Oh, that's great.
Motion made. Vote.
Vote on motion 21-1131. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Thank you.
That brings us to administrator reports.
I just wanted to mention, last week we completed our open enrollment process,
Hey,
and
Rob, excuse me a second. Rob, you got just a second? Sure. After the meeting? Yep. I'm sorry, Jim.
that's okay. We completed our open enrollment process, and things went very smoothly. I'd like to thank Cindy Herring, Amanda Kraft with our Human Resources Department, as well as Seth Allen and Joe Prescott with Hub. They provide the software Employee Navigator for us, and it's no additional cost to the county. So it has been so nice to be able to have that software available for our open enrollment process. It's made it so much easier, I think, for our employees and their dependents. We'll start the budget process this week, as you know, on Wednesday with budget hearings. And Karen First has done a lot of work on getting prepared and on the budget so far. And also Sarah DeNovo and Marissa Stith have been very involved in helping us to get ready for the commissioner's budget hearing. I also attended the groundbreaking for Tri-Township's new fire station.
You were there?
I was there.
I didn't see you.
It was a very brief but fairly well attended considering the weather.
It was cold and windy.
It was freezing. It was snowy and blowing, but there were several people there, and it will be nice to have that new station on the east side of the point. a little further east and away from the point. So looking forward to that for those residents on that east side.
And your current location is affected by the development of the point, so that's part of the purpose of all this. Okay. I made a comment this morning regarding the enrollment. I thought the process was extremely smooth, easy to do, and just my compliments for the whole process and how that worked.
Yeah, it was very good.
Okay. Commissioner Lewis.
Well, I'd just like to, with the budget weeks starting this Wednesday, just want to especially thank Karen first and Sarah DeNovo for all their help, and I know Marissa too was a part of that team, but thank you very much. It's a very important mission, and look forward to the hearings. And that's, let me see, what else? That's it. I just, again, want to thank Chief Donahue and then Ellen Lundell from HR for putting together and coming up with a very innovative wage study, and which was adopted then by the EMA board. And I think it's a real plus.
Yes,
That's
it is. Commissioner Lewis, can I make one more announcement about that?
Sure.
Matt Brown with Human Resources was also very involved with
Thank you.
Ellen and helping to get that
That's right. That's
pulled
great.
together
Thanks
and-
to Matt,
Yes.
who, thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, I just have a few things. The Tri-Township, the new Thurman Evans Station, as it's going to be called, and it was very cold.
It was very
And we were all bundled up, so that's probably the reason I didn't
That's
see
probably
you.
why you didn't recognize me. I had on a hat and a scarf.
From where I was at, were you behind me, to my side? 'Cause
I was behind you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, but I can tell you the 3 townships were represented, and as obviously the county was, and a number of people were there, and it was cold, and it was done in quick fashion because of the weather. I think we're all excited, and the county will have a role in that. We will have a EMS facility there that for our future use when appropriate, when needed. Corsa board meeting was Friday, which I attended. Veterans, we had the breakfast Friday morning and the 11 o'clock ceremony. I thought both of them went very, very well, and my compliments to everybody who was involved in making that a very smooth day for the benefit of our veterans, and we can never say thank you enough, and thank you for your service. And also attended Regional Planning Executive last Wednesday morning, since we didn't meet on Thursday. And with that, I don't believe we have any for executive today.
We do not.
So with that,